Here's the Americans doing the marketing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the
first
first ever Sahara Road Junky Retreat. A chance to be yourself, a chance to be somebody else, a chance to meet friends, to make friends, and to have lifelong compadres. Here we'll be doing Tai Chi, we'll be doing music, storytelling, anything your imagination can sell, we can make happen. We are the Road Junkies, we are the Reservoir Goats. Welcome.
We're actually a lot less cheesy than he just did that, but a chance to make friends who will hog your camera, and a chance to get sunburned and dehydrated. Here we have Claire, the Turbinator, at work. Here we are at the camel loading stop in Merzouga. We're all looking on as the guys load up our camels. A lot of just behind us, as you're going to see, is where we're headed. Somewhere into the dunes of Merzouga. Finally, after quite a long walk, we've reached our encampment. I think Tom did say it was an hour. Not altogether sure that was true. There are people still coming in behind me. Maybe about half the group's left. It's quite tiring walking in the dunes. I thought I'd give us a view on the landscape. I want to say, here we go. There's the sun. Yes, we've got some travellers on the way. Where are they? Yeah, coming up over the hill. They may not realise it yet, but they're almost there. Here we have our explorers feeding up, all looking pretty happy for the first time this afternoon. The date's gone. Ah, there we go. Looked like you hadn't been given anything to eat for the entire afternoon.
Yeah, we're like, we think that we're really great sport people and explorers. I just want to hug all of you. We're just like sitting. Watch out!
Pretty cool group we've got.
I want to welcome you all here to the retreat. I'm really pleased to see so many cool faces turning up. There were months I was staring at the computer screen convinced there would be like me and two other people stuck here in a circle sharing travel stories. So I'm glad that we hit a good critical mass of people here. I think I've met everybody so far. So I'm Tom, and this retreat comes as part of just a way for travellers to connect really. We've been connecting for so many years already via the internet, reading each other's stories, and getting inspired by one another, but not so much in person. And when we made this film festival last year in Berlin in May, apart from all the great speeches we had, the great films we had, the most magical thing was this electric atmosphere, all these travellers together, each one of them with years of experience and stories behind them. And everyone like, we've been there, yeah, me too, wow, in 88, yeah, back in the war, yeah, you know. And this atmosphere was so precious. It was one thing we really took away with us more than anything else. So I had the idea to make this retreat in the winter. The desert for me always being a very special place. This retreat is it's a retreat, so it's a time I really want to invite you to go into yourselves as much as to be with each other. The nice thing about here is you can be in a group if you want to be, and you can disappear on top of the dunes as well by yourself. We've got a few activities over the next few days, but there's no obligation to take part in anything if you don't want to. Hang out and drink tea the entire time and read if you want. There's no pressure whatsoever. But but that we have each other to come back to after being alone. And I hope this will work. I knew a guy in South Italy, this American guy who was one of the first people to teach yoga in America. He was a leading figure of the counterculture movement in the 60s. And he'd lost all his inspiration to live over the years because he just got disillusioned by everything he saw. And he went really deep inside himself with meditation he was practicing over about 30 years. And he just found complete emptiness. He said, well, if you find just complete emptiness inside, what is it to live for? And he asked me this question, and I was about half his age. I tried to come up with a few, spiritual answers from a book of Sufi stories or something, but I had nothing really to say to him that could help. And a session with my therapist, obviously I was quite moved by this. When I met this guy, I was like the last person he'd really talked to in English, last person he'd really spoken to in any depth. It was kind of an honour in a way, a very poignant moment. And I went along and I told my therapist the whole story of meeting this guy, how he'd gone so deeply inside with his meditation, how he just found a deep sense of emptiness there. And she said, it's true. When you really go deep inside yourself, you find there's nothing there. This onion that you peel away, and in a sense there's nothing there. But she reminded me of something that in the word for a desert in Hebrew is midbar. To speak is made a bear. So the desert speaks. She said, when you go deep and deep inside yourself, you only find emptiness, but after a while, if you listen really hard, the emptiness starts to talk to you. Which I found that was a step my friend never quite took. I found it profoundly inspiring, and I get that every time I come to the desert.
So we're now on the second day in the desert. We're kind of all getting used to finding our way in the dunes. As you can see, you can actually be quite near to somewhere and not really find your way. So we've been having a storytelling circle for a couple of hours now in the shade. Whereas I'm trying to walk in the sand here, the old camera tracking isn't going to be the best. We have another retreater who's offering some acupuncture back at our main encampment. It's actually not that warm. I mean, it's warm, but it's not unpleasantly hot or anything. It's good to have some shade though. Oh look, there's me in the shadow. Hello.
How about English? Oh, thank goodness, a good English-speaking person. And so we started to converse, and at this point we're still on opposite sides of the fence. And
here we go. We're not quite sure what this game is. Somewhere, cricket, desert bowling. But here we have lots of water bottles in the background. Oh, and she swings, she misses. Oh, almost.
That front one's hard to get. It's got more sand.
Getting a bit of expert advice. That was Beth bowling.
3 love taps.
James on the hill.
Hey, a couple of love taps.
Sebastian, the musician, that seems to be the world champion at the moment, but I guess he invented the game, so he gets to be the champ. All right. Right in the background, you see the sweeping crescent of our home dune. This is afternoon day 2 after the story circle.